welcome back to my channel. I'm Lilio from Jersey, and I'm so glad to have you back here today with me. Gonna do another pick a card reading. I've been having so much fun with these. I might also upload like a daily. We'll see what my vibe is, to be honest, after this reading. I've been going through it. There's been so much going on, and honestly, I just feel like we could all use a sage. So I've lit some for you right now. So this is optional section. And then I'm going to divine the question for today. At this point, you know the question for today, and I do not. Isn't that interesting? Here, I'm going to sage myself and the cards. Oh, it feels amazing. I'm not going to lie. It feels amazing to sage right now. Here, get you some of that amazing smoke energy. Get a smudge in there. Get some just good energy back in the space. I've just been around so many people, and I just need that good, take this moment, take this smudge from me with love to you to get people's energy and space away from you, especially if you haven't seen any energy clearing videos recently. And I'm gonna let this one burn right over here. Diva, you can join us in this conversation, actually. Actually, I'm gonna grab her a little, I got a little guy for her. Perfect. Et perfect. Look at that. Et voila. So, at this point, you know the question for today, and I don't know it because I haven't divined the question from Spirit yet. So I'm going to go ahead in that section. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel... What? Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Metatron, Uriel, Jophiel, Chamuel, Archangel of Death, Azrael, Haniel, Archangel Haniel, Archangel Zeniel, Archangel Zadkiel, and Zechariah. Please come down and give us a straight message, clear from the divine, about what you want today's question to be for my viewers. And if you don't want to watch this section or the divination, you can go ahead and skip to the piles listed in the description below. Okay, so here we go. What is today's question? Thank you. What else is today's question? What else is today's question? What else? One more. One more. Thank you. Okay. Ah, fabulous. Fabulous. So my first card here is King of Swords reverse, which is unattainable goals and expectations. My second card here is Eight of Cups reverse, which is confusion about the best path forward or remaining for fear. And my third card here is the Queen of Swords reversed, with a bug here, thinking too much with your heart or emotional investment and resentment, but is it feeling a little bit like you're not getting the aspect. And look, I just killed the bug. Not getting the thing that you deserved, or there's been so much in your way. So the question for today seems to be, what is the best path forward? Like, what is your best path forward for your best case scenario to achieve your goals? How to clear blockages in your life from your goals. I'm going to do that. How to clear blockages in your life from your goals. We'll talk about goal expectation too. How to clear blockages in your life. That's going to be the question. So give me the piles, Spirit. What are the piles going to give me? 3 piles. Yep. Give me 3 piles. Give me 3 piles for this. Goals. How to best reach some goals. 1, 2. That was good. Give me one more. I can see why you're picking what you're picking. 3. Thank you. So the options are pile number 1, the Fool. Fabulous. Fabulous. A new beginning, fresh, cleansed start. That's amazing, Spirit. Thank you for that. That's amazing. Pile number 2, the 10 of Pentacles. Again, amazing. Just amazing here. Get that sage in there. 10 of Pentacles for the ultimate success. And pile number 3, 7 of Pentacles. Long-term efforts paying off towards work or goals or your future, like you're in the middle of it. So it's giving new beginning, end goal, and middle of it is what it's really giving. 1, 2, 3. Those are your piles for today. Your piles are the Fool, 10 of Pentacles, and 7 of Pentacles for how to best achieve the goals that you wish to achieve in the future. And with that, we're going to get this started. This is great. Thank you, Spirit. This is so beautifully clear, amazingly clear. So first of all, let's get a push in. How do we know that this piles. So pile number 1. Hi, welcome. I'm the Leo from Jersey. If you didn't watch anything in the beginning, that's totally fine. It was a quick little saging, which you can get yourself some of right now. And we divined the question for the day, which is going to be how you can best achieve your goals for the future, how you can best, what spirit needs you to know about your goals. And so for right now, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pick together some signs that this pile is for you from the BuzzFeed Oracle cards. So let's go ahead and get that started. Pile number 1, signs. Pile number 1, signs and divination for how to best achieve their goals, what the next best path forward is. Thank you. I'm gonna keep going. Thank you. All right. So the answer seems to be giraffe. Hold this up. Sorry, I'm holding it up. Giraffe. Chicken nugget. Armadillo. Waves. Clouds. Volcano. Gadgets. Any of these could be signs, symbols, things that have been coming up in your life recently that might be signs that this is for you, and I can also use this to divine the pile. Also, and finally, fox, which I'm going to go ahead and actually put this here. And the other thing that came up recently a bunch of times that I think is worth mentioning, that I'm going to mention for all the piles, is the X-Files. So if you have heard any mention of the X-Files recently, these piles are definitely for you. Okay, so for pile number 1, and talk to me about their goals. What is the pile number 1's goal? What is pile number 1's goal that feels unachievable right now? Okay. What is pile number 1's goal? Ooh. There's anxiety on you. There's really heavy anxiety, actually. Anxiety. A feeling that you should be doing something, but you're not. You fear the long-term commitment. You're not really a risk taker in the way that you wish that you were, or you wish that you were. You were. That's the key. You were. There was a time. I'm hearing that Les Mis song. There was a time before all this occurred. I'm taking my glasses off. I got to divine. I'm pulling from above on this one. I'm pulling on this one. There was a time when you were quite a daredevil. And if you weren't, I'm hearing arguments. You might not think so, but you were at least out. I'll give you that. You were out on the street. You were trying to create that self-concept that everyone's been. But then something happened. I'm seeing in my head a bar. I'm seeing in my head the street. I'm seeing the moon. I'm seeing... I'm in a very specific area, actually, for some reason, of like a party scene, like a college town. And there's a courthouse. It's a bustling area. There's cars. But it's quiet at night. It's so quiet. And then I'm seeing you there on the street by yourself, kind of like enjoying yourself. And then you're maybe with some friends, actually. You're like talking to people. And then someone shows up. You meet someone. You're like on the street having fun, dancing and singing around. Your friends are like enjoying with you, and then like you like run into something. You run into someone. There's like an aspect there. I guess what Spirit is trying to hint at me right now is a rebuilding after a partnership. But I don't know if that's directly it. Talk to me more about these goals, because these goals here are long-term commitment. So I got a work feeling at first, especially chicken nugget and giraffe with a likeness. You could even be like a single mom, armadillo, or single father, because it's giving that there's a youth aspect. You could even yourself sort of be on the precipice of youth and adulthood, and like chicken nuggets being a meal. The creative calling, Page of Cups. So a work and a creative calling. A dream, a small dream, so unattainable, so far from you at this point. Choices, inclined to fantasy. You dream about it and you don't go after it. You think about it and you consider all the ways you could do it. There's a level here of anxiety because you want perfectionism with this as well. Take more of a smudge. Take more of a sage. There is a aspect here that because you feel that it is not You don't even allow yourself to go for perfection. There's a stagnancy generally. I mean, here we have this image here of this woman backed up against the tree. And here we have this image. These are witches, of this witch holding a whole arms full of broomsticks while carrying uphill. But it's the worst is over, but you feel the burden and duty. You feel the burden and the duty, and the worst is over. There is aspects here of you not letting go of the past. I'm going to name what I'm going to name, which in this case is a level of the word in my head that keeps coming up is PTSD. Now, I am not one to diagnose, and I am not someone that will ever come to you in that way or make you feel a type of way. But I will also say, though, that there are levels to all of this and aspects that you might resonate with or like there are. I'm being reminded of this segment from this Netflix series that was so funny. It's a Eliza Scherzinger special. She's a comedian, right? And in the special, she talks about her dog, how she's like always wanted a baby, or she's at that age where she wanted a baby, which is like in her 30s in the show. Just stick with me, you'll get the point. Not in the show, in the stand-up comedy special. And she's talking about how every time she sees little babies, she'd be doing like, I want attention, like wanting to go up to them and like mess with them or like touch their little feetsies or move their, whatever, be cutesy. But because she didn't have a baby, she always ended up doing that rah, 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 kind of thing at her dog, her little dog. And she laughed because she was joking about how all her dog sees is her getting way too close to the dog's face and her teeth baring just, I'm gonna eat it. And she figured her dog was scared for pure life. But every time that she put the dog down, the dog would forget what would happen, but would then just be left, she imagined, with this bad feeling that when she sees her owner come around the corner with this like a dog whistle, pun intended, she starts being like, oh no, I'm the baby. Like her mom being like, who's the baby, and her being like, I'm the baby. So I kind of think about you like the little dog. You're like, I'm the baby, oh no, I'm the baby. You have like leftover trauma feelings, and it's like it's popping up in weird ways, like not answering text messages on time or emails, being afraid to open your email or your laptop, the anxiety over opening your laptop. That could also be ADHD symptoms, but I'm not one to diagnose. But let's talk more about what's holding you back. So we know that what's holding you back, yeah, and look, I just saw Lovers reversed. What in the jump scare? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So also aspects here of potentially moving on from a major heartbreak in your life as well. So the putting things back together. But explosive, volcano and fox, things blowing up for you after things have been quiet for some time. Things blowing up. What is the thing that God is sending to help in this? Oh, 10 of Cups just fell on this. Happiness, fulfillment, earned. So you've been working hard. So Spirit is acknowledging the hard work here. Wow, look at this. Popped a whole thing. Okay. 4 of Wands, a whole lot to celebrate. Invitations, parties, could even be potential for, if you are not currently in a long-term partnership, maybe the partnership that leads to something more, or if you are in a long-term partnership, more increased stability for both of you, for your family. Because we go here from this image, this protective image, this chicken nuggets, pardon me, to this 10 of Cups with the 2 and then the child, what I always assume this was to be, 2 and then the child. So there could be aspects here of like, for example, again, if you're resonating with a single parent plot line, meeting a partner who goes long term, or if you're not, meeting with somebody who could be the one for you, and you end up having children with this person. Because 4 of Wands usually is my indication of engagements. And here we have King of Wands, so looking good, go-getter, confident alchemist that's going to go after it. 6 of Swords reversed after not achieving safety with a King of Cups. So that's your hint about the past. Maybe that's why there's imagery here of clouds and waves. I heard storm clouds. So this person, when they got upset, they got very upset, or it would cause waves. It would create waves, because we're getting a imagery here of that. But then also we have volcano, which I think is interesting. King of Wands, to the volcano, King of Cups to the waves. Talk to me about, does that mean that this person tends to attract big personalities? Okay, so you actually are you look good, you're money focused, you're health focused, you're stable. That's why you attract these big personalities. So Spirit is actually telling you also to make sure you really sincerely vet these people, not only for how well they treat you, but also for their anger styles. That's a sidebar point. So let's get back to the point of hand, the Fool, the cleanse, the fresh start. So Spirit is sending in more people to assist with this, passionate fireworks. People are coming in to help you achieve the things that you need. But what is the thing pile number one needs? Queen of Swords, an older, wiser, feminine intellect, an unbiased intellect. So you need to, I'm hearing it's you though. You, not only do you need friends, you need friends of the same type and calling as you, who can provide unbiased opinions and are not romantically inclined to stress you out, but also like a mentor. Good word, Spirit, like a mentor. But also, as Spirit expects you to step into this mentorship role as well eventually. And of course, you don't have to be a woman or femme presenting. No, you don't have to do any of those things, of course. These are just metaphors that Spirit is trying to use to get you to kind of figure out, to follow along with what I'm saying to you and what Spirit wants. So Spirit is saying same gender friends, people that you will not have sex with, who you can continue to prod for advice, especially regarding this creative calling. Notice how the creative calling is at the center of this. So talk to me about the creative calling. What do we need to know about Pile 1's creative calling? What do we need to know about Pile 1's creative calling? I'm having fun with this read, Pile 1. I can feel your excitement coming back. That's great. That's actually exciting. Like, it feels like you were gone for again with this. So the thing was the confusion about the best path forward is literally what the question was earlier. So talk to me about what is the best path forward for pile number one? What is, simple as, what is the best path forward for pile number one? 8 of Cups reversed. What is the best path forward? What is the best path forward for pile number one? Have hope. Have hope. Even a mustard seed of hope. And then behind the lack mindset and financial loss and self-sabotage, Spirit, oh my God, Spirit could not be more clear. When you get over your self-sabotage and count your own blessings, literally the lights are on, you do not see. When you figure out, 5 of Pentacles, how to get yourself out of your lack mindset and to correct and go after, even if it's okay, even if it fails, even if it's messy, even if you have to flop and delete everything because the internet zeitgeist will forget your issues anyway. You say to yourself, that shit will live forever. Literally, no, it won't. There's so much content on the internet that no, it literally will not live forever. People are forgetting things. And behind that was the 6 of Pentacles. How fabulous is that? You go from the 5 of Pentacles to the 6 of Pentacles, a money moment, gifts, collabs incoming. The sadness is over. People recognizing the work that you've put in for yourself. But you can't be impatient and you can't be impulsive. You're going to have to put in the work slowly but surely, a little bit at a time. That's what Spirit's trying to tell you. If you put in the work, we can help boost you. That's what Spirit's trying to say to you. If you get this started in Ha, we'll get it started in here. Do you understand? Y'all don't want to hear me. You just want to dance because you've been feeling this. You're going to get, you know what it is? You know what it is? Spirit's telling me you're going to get tired of the stillness. You're going to get tired of not putting yourself out there. You're going to get tired of seeing other people do this floppery. And then it's going to be spelled out for you, whether you come across like a reel on Instagram that says to you, here's how I started a 4-figure business. Here's how I started an Etsy job on the side. Here's how I became an actor in 2 years. You're going to see something and it's going to be it's going to get to the point that Spirit is whacking you over the head with the thing that you are not moving on. And then you're going to have no choice but to make a move towards it. That's what gadgets is. Thank you, Spirit. That's what gadgets is. You're going to keep getting this same imagery over and over and over until you have no choice but to say to yourself, oh man, that should be me. Justin Bieber, that should be me. Pile 1, you have a new, fresh beginning starting. Feel your pain. Feel the rain on your skin. No, feel your anger. Feel your sadness. Feel your grief. Feel your anger about how you were treated. And a little warning before you let someone come in and wreck what you've built for yourself. make sure that they're worth it. Make sure, because you've been looking good, money focused, you've been by yourself, providing for yourself for so long that spirit wants to warn you about, like, because here's my thing, right? As adults, you start to say to yourself, oh, I'm at that point that the next thing should be a relationship. So you start reaching in arm's length. Vet them a little harder, okay? Or there's something really clear here about a first fight, whether this is you seeing two people and they both turning out to be, you're going to learn something about what you attract in other people. Like, not to say like people with anger issues, because that's not it, but people of a certain type are drawn to you, and you're going to discover what wound in you also allows them to slip through the cracks. Now, you're going to have to get control over your emotional plane for that, but I have a feeling that you will, especially if you continue to go after your creative calling, okay? Like, let's say you wanted to start like a jewelry business. That's what this is actually about, right? But of course, your love life is coming up in this, because I'm getting the feeling that when these things start, you get sidetracked, right? You say, oh, I should actually be focusing on that because that's actually more achievable. That's closer to me. Like being able to swipe around on apps looking for a next date is a simpler put together than, say, arranging a business on the corner, like making enough jewelry to sell at the farmer's market, or doing that project that you said you were going to get started. But the hardest part is the getting it started. You know, I think you're worried. The thing that's stopping you is the inertia of getting started. It's funny that I brought up earlier the problem with, like, when you don't want to open your like laptop and send an email, right? Like, you don't want to do that because, like, there's something there in the stopping you between just the doing that is the problem right now. And that's something that I've been dealing with a lot recently. For some reason, I think the Mercury retrograding is really strong. Of course, this is a timeless reading, but at the time that you're seeing this, there could be astrological transits that are particularly affecting the way that you usually go after your own portfolio is the word that I'm hearing. These are creations from your portfolio, or maybe you're particularly knocked down by a bad relationship breakup, but I'm seeing you earning more for yourself, by yourself. So I guess the point here is vet and keep dating and keep separate partners for now while you go after the creative calling of your choice, and, you know, use and channel some of that energy into the creative calling. Like if you're feeling emotional, use it to create a piece that is inspired by the emotion instead of using it to inspire you to stagnancy or doom scroll. That's what I have to say. That's where spirit just ended it in my mind. So I feel like that was the end of the message. Thank you so much, Pile One. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Felt very clear to me. That felt very, very, very clear to me. So I feel like that was a really great reading for today. And thank you so much for joining me. Please leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed. Talk to me about if this helped you or what you got going on. I would love to know. Leave a subscribe if you would want to see videos that are for you. Literally, spirit picked them for you, pushed to your page. And if not, I hope to see you again soon. But thanks for coming. Bye. That was good. That was very good. Pile number one, very informative. I feel like people from pile number one are going to stick around for some of the other piles, but I'm getting weird feelings from them. Like the message is different. So that might be, if you're still here, there might be more for you. Just in these other piles. Okay. Pile two. Hi. I'm Aaliyah from Jersey, and if you didn't see anything that came before you clicked on the pile because you just read the question and you saw the photo of the options in the beginning, today's video is going to be on how to best get towards your goals, how to circumvent the issue that you're having right now and attain your goal, right? I've already saged the space. So we got that going on. You can smell it too. So take some of that good sage energy from this video as well if you didn't stay for the optional smudging at the beginning of the video. And we're going to go ahead and get it started. So first off, you're the 10 of Pentacles. So the ultimate goal being 10 of Pentacles, or at least being representative here, which I think is very interesting and also indicative of what this pile is going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start by pulling from the BuzzFeed Oracle deck in the hopes of getting some not only images that'll help inspire me about this read, but also will tell you that you yourself are in the right place. Like if any of these Pardon me, I just burped, which is a confirmation. If any of these prove to be confirmations for you, exactly, then that will prove to be seriously right. There was something else I was going to say, but I forgot it, which I think might be something that is maybe relevant. That's weird that I just went fully blank. I just like locked myself back out of my intuition just then. That was crazy. Maybe that's the issue you've been having. Has your intuition been stifled? You've been locking yourself out of your intuition? Oh, you know what it was? I just remembered now that I thought about it and put energy back to knowing that I was locked out of my intuition. It was the fact of the matter is that recently the X-Files has come up multiple times. So this came up again. Yes, I know you want to come out. It popped before too. Not in the other pile, literally here. And I just put it away, but it just popped again. The X-Files came up between me and my best friend multiple times, and then I saw like a post about it or something. No, I saw a post, and then my friend brought it up randomly, and I thought that was very odd. And I've been saying that for some reason, if you're seeing this and the X-Files has come up recently for you, then this is definitely the reading for you. You have found yourself to the right place. Let's see what other images. That did a 360. Okay. All right, let's see what the signs for pile number 2 are. To start us off. Environment. Prairie. This little image says yas. 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 Okay. Galaxy. She was eager. So we're going to put her up there. Make a few rows. This is turning into a longer reading, but that's okay. Bison. Never got that one before. That's exciting. Bison. Peacock. Flamingo. Oh, birds of a feather. I just heard in my head. Birds of a feather. And they flock together. Okay. Rhinoceros. Pumpkin spice. That's right now. That's so funny. It's like September right now. Of course, this is a timeless reading, but pumpkin spice, of course, can be of relevance. But right now, specifically, it's funny that came up. Forest. And snap bracelets. So nostalgia there. Galaxy, bison, prairie, peacock, flamingo, rhinoceros, pumpkin spice, forest, snap bracelet. And the X-Files. A match made in heaven. All right, so Spirit, talk to me. What is pile number 2's goal? Is it a family? Seems to be the answer is like a happy family. What is pile number 2's goal? Like family influencers. What is pile number 2's goal? Abandonment. Abandonment, walking away, letting go of an unhappy home. 10 of Cups reversed. Of disharmony. Oh, I see. I see. All you've ever wanted was a family. I see. That is the goal. Stability is the goal. I see. You want to walk away. Who are we? Who or what? Why did I say who? Who are we walking away from? Did I just see a pop card? No. Who are we walking away from? Who are we walking away from? Potential loss from stealth deception or conflict ahead. Oh, Lordy. Lordy, is this work related or is this family? It looks like it's family, if I'm being honest. Heartbreak, this is family. Heartbreak of some sort. Could not be more clear. Heartbreak. But it popped sideways, so I'm going to take it sideways, actually. 3 of Swords. Walking away, letting go. Tired of these cups, dissatisfied, searching for a higher purpose. A potential loss from stealth deception, a heartbreak of an unhappy home, disharmony. Queen of Pentacles reversed, we ran out of money. No money, no love. No money, no love. Why am I hearing that? No money, no love. No. And someone potentially cheated? What are we understanding? Who cheated? What am I to understand? This is a crazy read. What am I to understand, Spirit? Help me. Help me. I just saw the anxiety card. Okay. Knight of Pentacles, slowly over time. Yeah, here it is. 9 of Swords. Slowly over time. Slowly over time. Fear, anxiety, nightmares. Slowly over time. Fear, anxiety, nightmares. Who has the fear and anxiety and the nightmares? Slowly over time. Fear, anxiety, nightmares. That just popped. That came out of nowhere. Did you see that just now? The King of Cups. King of Cups. The King of Cups. The King of Cups has the anxiety and the nightmares. or is regarding? Is it regarding or is it the person? Is it regarding or is it the person? Is it regarding or is it the person? This is a block from your goal. 7 of Cups reversed. Inclined to fantasy, not reality. Choices. 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 A lack of personal goal alignment. A lack of personal goal alignment. Okay, I'm seeing 2 scenarios. I'm seeing 2 scenarios in my head. Scenario number 1, you were with someone for a long time. It made you give up your kind of dreams or situation that you had going on, and you pursued something different. You pursued something different, thinking that that family, thinking that this person would be the thing that would add up, right? You would get everything either way, so the ultimate success, that would be family, and you would be happy with that. But you were settling too easily. You were settling too easily. Spirit needed you to wake up somehow, needed to rock your shit. How interesting. Spirit needed to rock your shit somehow because you had projected incorrectly. You had projected incorrectly onto the wrong person. A potential loss from a stealth deception. The stealth deception is what gets me. The stealth deception. A heartbreak of stealth deception. This person cheated, so you left. Or because don't let me hear they cheated and you're with them. Don't let me hear it. Don't let me hear it, because you have a family situation going on, and that's the issue that you have to overcome right now. That you're not sure, you're at a place that you're not sure what the next move is. This person is actively here. Maybe that's why peacock and flamingo, they're different. They're different. They're different. Maybe that's the key. They're different. The peacock and the flamingo, they're birds of a feather flock together is what I said. But they're different colors. They're obviously different birds, but they're facing each other. Bison. Someone that you thought was, it's like giving husband-wife. It's giving like in the forest and snap bracelets. Secrets revealed. Fear the secret. Ominous betrayal left. Unexpected ending. A major disaster hit. Yeah, I can't ignore what I'm seeing. I can't ignore what I'm seeing. You had a family with this person. You had a life started. You had a situation. You thought you had the 5-year plan down. And then it got wrecked. I cannot ignore what I'm seeing. And it is so interesting. Maybe these are signs for you. That this is for you. Galaxy, bison, peacock, flamingo. But this aspect here of like, you thought it was a perfect match. Like bird. But they're not the same type of bird. Versus bison and rhinoceros, all the same thing. Right? But bison, family, immediately got that multiple family feeling. Prairie, 1, 2, 3, 3 like flowers, all that say yas, they say the same thing. The galaxy. But there's also an aspect here of online. There's an aspect here of online. The goal was the family. That didn't work out. But there's an aspect of online. What is the aspect of online? What is the online aspect, Spirit? What is the online aspect I'm picking up on? The online aspect. What is the online aspect? Someone showing off online? Someone peacocking online? What was the online aspect? Defeat, conflict. You must stand up for yourself. Hostility, stress. You thought you've won. Did you really win? At what cost? Fear of the unknown. Okay, so if you don't know confirmed if this person is cheating, maybe perhaps you have suspicions that this person is cheating, or they're being vague or secretive with you, and you're not sure whether you should blow them up and like confront this situation for what it is and call them out, or like it's giving like a let me smell your dick. That's what it's giving. It's giving like the show me your phone, give it to me. And of course you don't give it to me, Rachel. Show it to me, Rachel. Show it to me. That's what it's giving right now, Loki. But I don't know why it's giving that. So that's the issue. That's the issue. That's the goal that is getting in the way, is the situation with this other person. So how, Spirit, can they move on? Okay, judgment. You doubt and judge yourself too harshly. Previous past, denial of a previous past, negative. So judgment reversed. There's lack of judgment here. A lack of judgment here. So how can they help this situation, Spirit? How can they get over this? Something out of balance. Temperance reverse. Long-term goal revision. So the way to get out of this is quite literally long-term goal revision. I want to make sure you can still see all these cards, so I'm gonna go ahead and give a little adjusty-wusty right now. So you have to change up your end game. So Spirit is warning you right now. It's like, okay, well, now you know that we rocked your shit because it wasn't meant for you. Now you know that they were trifling. Okay. Now, what you gonna do next? Huh? What you gonna do? Are you going to pick up and move on? Are you gonna hold their feet to the fire? What's your vibe? Because right now it's giving ominous Left 4 Dead, and you're not sure whether or not they actually, like, were trifling. And the answer seems like it might be yes. So the vibe is kind of like, but are you going to just, like, take this L? No, you're going to adjust. This Temperance card is the witch. You're doing yoga and balancing, right? Manifestations. So if the Temperance reversed here, something out of balance, this person is you're going to long-term goal revise the issue. What else? What else can they do to get over this? What else are they going to do to get over this? What else are they going to do? Okay. It's also going to help that this other person is going to fall out. Are you going to be ready when this other person falls out? When this other person crashes out? Whether they don't have money or they can't handle it, being alone. Like these aspects here of the other person, if you were waiting for karma, it's going to hit them. Now, the question is whether or not do you want to be around when the karma hits? Here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. And you're not going to like this. You're not going to like what I'm going to say. Whether you like it or not, when somebody acts like this, they get their karma served to them, right? You can't avoid it, okay? It's still going to come back and whack them. Because just because you stayed with them doesn't negate the karma hitting them. You know what I mean? That's like telling Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein that just because they were together, they somehow circumvented karma in the greatest love story ever. No, that's not how it works, Diva. It's like Beyonce and Jay-Z. Girl, you can't hide in that duo. It's not going to absolve you of your sins. So in this situation, this person, if they've done wrong by you, which they seemingly have, if they've done wrong by you, they are going to have karma hit them. The question is, do you want to be in the line of fire by being with this person when it occurs? Like, let's say, for example, I'll give you a perfect example, right? Let's say you were with somebody, right? And they were cheating, right? And the cheating made them stay out too late, so they overslept and then lost their job, right? And they told you about everything. They came clean, and they're like, I don't have a job, and I cheated on you. I'm such a horrible piece of whatever. And you stayed with them, right? And now you got no money. Or now, all of a sudden, issues start coming up from their job at work. Or they were driving, and when they were driving, they pop a tire and they have no money, you know? Or the issues from work. Like, for example, let's say someone accused them of stealing or of sexual harassment or something like that. All of a sudden, things start piling, and you just end up in the line of fire, babe. You end up there as well when all of these things hit the fan, because it was supposed to be a right hook for you. What you don't realize is you end up being a shield. You end up being a shield. What else can you give? What advice can we give pile number 2? So their ultimate success. Oh, okay, the sun. So you're going to have fun either way. So okay. So the advice is you're going to be happy. You are going to have success, prosperity, and wish fulfillment. And it might look a little different than you expected, right? Here's a woman that's pregnant in a field with 2 others, and they're so frolicking and happy with their 2 best friends. You know, a little different than what you might have expected. Of course, you can be anything. 4 of Swords, your other advice is to recoup, is to take yourself to a still place now that the fight has ended, and get over this betrayal. Get over this, reshape, reform, figure out what the new life looks like for you. Avoid living for your past. And but if you need joy and comfort, rely on movies and things that bring you joy and comfort and nostalgia, childhood innocence, things that bring you back to a place of how things were before. You know, I was talking to pile 1. You might want to listen to pile 1 too. I was talking to pile 1 a little bit about PTSD responses that are like you don't realize you're having them because you haven't fixed the main issue of where they came from. you know, leftover responses that have come because of previous traumas. Okay. Strength reverse. A vulnerability. A vulnerability. Continue to be vulnerable and continue to check in to make sure you aren't making investments in the wrong people or of disloyalty. You know, rules. Did the rules in this case help your relationship, or did they hinder? Were rules needed to be put in place that aggressively if you really were with the right person, or would they just offer you the commitment, offer you the stability, help your anxiety so you're not at home alone wondering, where are they? What are they doing? Did he read my text? The right person that will help you in this scenario and be a good partner for a family unit that you're looking for is somebody that is all of these things and more, and would never betray you and leave you for dead or abandon. You have to, the key here is you have to abandon and let go of this future image that you had created, because it was just that, a projection in this case. And remember in the future too, that there is nothing wrong with indulging in partnerships where you can live in the now, but just remember it's just that. It's indulging in partnership to live in the now, okay? Versus projecting ahead multiple years and expecting it out of somebody who is not able to give you that kind of not only commitment, but stick-to-itiveness and practicality. Even when it felt like they might have been at some point, because whether they were emotionally stable or financially stable previously in a way that made you feel connected and seen. But somebody like that would never triangulate you or put you in a position where they're talking to other people behind your back or creating secretive situations. But yeah, you're going to have to build this future for yourself, just you, for a bit before you move on to a partner situation. Now, if you are in a familial unit already, like you have children, I'm so sorry, my heart goes out to you. But also, nobody deserves this. And, you know, honestly, there are so many people who regret not breaking up their partnerships faster because not only do they get their life back a little bit, that's with the share time with the kids, but they find that their partners had to pull weight in ways that they never had before because of what they did for them and covered for them. So I think that this person is going to feel the difference, and I think that you are going to love having some time back to practice the things that you like again, and enjoy the things that you like again. Any other things? This was not necessarily business related, ironically. Do you have any clue for pile number 2 business? Because pile number 1 had more of a business flair, but is there a business aspect here? Ace of Swords, confusion. Ace of Swords reversed. A confusion, a mistruth. What else about the business? Business. Eight of Swords, a lazy trap you see your way out of because you feel powerless and victimized. Willed to God. Okay, so I see. So in this fight with everything else going on for yourself, you have let go of the idea of any future long-term business goals for yourself. Yeah. And in the future, Spirit wants you to regain that sharp tongue mentality, sharp-minded, business-minded, word-wise mentality, to go back to that aspect, to lean out of this emotional place that you have been in for so long and into this business-minded, maybe a writer too. Do you write at all? Have you written a diary about this, going through all this? Because there is something here about that too, about something like that might not only help exercise the issues, but also see for yourself, put your energy towards a creative calling, passion, a piece of you that feels like you got something out of it, you know, will cause you not only to reflect, but to exercise these demons and get the rest that you need, get that rest and recuperation you need, and have more fun with your friends. You will find the happiness that you deserve. Any more hints about, pardon me, that burp was confirmation. Any more hints about how they should move instead? Any more advice? Business advice and whatnot. 3 of Cups, partnerships. Good partnerships, like having fun, again, with friends, 3 friends. Maybe there's a business idea opportunity for you and 2 of your friends. Like maybe you guys make bracelets or jewelry, or you're like Etsy, or like you guys like write together or something, or you could like, I don't know what. There's something here about you and 2 friends is the twice imagery here. that there's something here that you could create something, whether it's write something together. If you just put the pedal to the metal, all you have to do is start it in this case. Because something like this, like, it's as if you guys, like, the three of you collaborated on a play that, like, depicted all of this. Like, it almost gives, like, this is a weird download, but it almost gives, you get together with the other people. Like, let's say your partner is cheating and you figure out with who, or they tell you, they, like, come forward with that, hey girly, hey boyo message to tell you about your what's going on. And let's say that you guys get together and hang out and write something about this other person together. There's something there. That's a scenario. That's an option here. But, like, it's giving that you get back out there. You go, there's imagery of outside, whether you like to go hiking. Yeah, there's more to come here. The devil reversed. Avoiding the demon. Avoiding the demon. The only hint here, the only thing that you could do wrong is to invite the demon in here. If you manage to turn this situation into one that you come out of it on top, you will not only sidestep karma. Spirit is trying to tell you this is a warning. This is a warning. This is a warning. Snap bracelets. This is a warning. Like, you know when you used to put on snap bracelets as a kid, they would whack you? That's what this is. This is a hand whack. That this is oncoming too. That's why it's pumpkin spice. This pumpkin spice. This is soon. Maybe that's why it's rhinoceros with, like, the imagery. It's like giving that the, like, other people reach out to you and you end up connecting over the same things, or either it's the person's other people that they were talking to, or you figure out that you end up making new friends and you guys all like to hike. You, like, make a new friend online, like you join a group for friends or something. Yeah. Something here. There's an unexpected friendship here ahead of you that is going to help get you through this, and writing as an aspect here. Whether you've never done that before, you need to keep a diary or journal, or maybe you could turn this into a play, or I don't know, something about this scenario. There's something that could help other people, and there's something here left to be discovered by you. All right, thank you, pile number 2. I think I'm going to leave that there. This is a really big hint about something very interesting. I hope this reaches the person that it's meant to, for sure. This is a very, 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 very specific story. Please feel free to leave a like and comment and tell me who this ends up being about, because this is fascinating, to be honest. This is quite a story. Thank you so much, pile number 2. I've been the Leo from Jersey. Please subscribe if you want messages just for you. Push to you, Spirit. I willed that by Spirit, so you'll never get anything you don't need to hear. And I would love to see you again real soon. Thanks for joining me. Oh, bye. All right, that was great. And then final pile. How are we doing on time? I'm really talking. I'm yapping. We have 47 minutes. Amazing. I'm yapping. These are long reads for me, but this is good. That's good. See what I can do, Spirit, in 3 piles instead of 4. Every time I try to do 4 piles, Spirit rocks my shit somehow. Like the last thing that I posted, pile 4 was just deleted. It was just taken down, and then to make matters worse, I recorded it, and then the recording I tried to upload is separate because it was separate from the initial video. Yeah, and then the audio got corrupted on my iPhone. Spirit was like, nah, nobody's gonna hear this pile number 4, and I was like, oh, okay, my bad. My bad. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I'm just going to stick to 3 piles from now on because Spirit rocked my shit. Kept rocking my shit. Hopefully that wasn't out of frame. That would be mad embarrassing, but hopefully you'll forgive me if it was. If it was. You go over there. Where did I shuffle back in pile number 1? Oh my God, I'm so dumb for that. I'm so dumb for that. I suppose that it doesn't matter. I'll take this one too. Fuck it. Fuck it. Pile number 3. 3! Hi! Last but not least, pile number 3. I have been on a rodeo with this reading earlier. These other 2 piles were wacky. So I'm excited to see what this one is. Usually pile 3 chills out a little bit for me. Usually I get the other ones are kind of rough, but I don't know who's to say. I never know what Spirit's going to say to me or do. I never know. You never know. Never let them guess your next move, and Spirit never does. So I'm just here along for the ride. So you picked 7 of Pentacles. The question, if you didn't watch anything else and you just skipped ahead to the pile, because you saw the image in the photo or whatever, seemed to be what is going on in your life, basically, and how can you best get over and achieve the goals that you want to achieve, get to the next place. So 7 of Pentacles is your card. So you seem to have been working on something for a while, actually. There's something you've been working on. Although, to be honest with you, things are always different. than what I expect, because last pile, for example, I could never have predicted what it had turned out to be from the cards. So let's go ahead, and just so you know that this pile's for you, I'm going to pick some cards from the BuzzFeed Oracle, and I'm going to use them also in the divination. Also, just for everyone to know, a key that has been coming up in every pile has been the X-Files. So for some reason, if you've heard about the X-Files recently, that is a confirmation for you. But let's go ahead and just get some of these cards going. Let Spirit pick the ones that Spirit wants. Got quite a few here. This is the most I've seen out of the piles. Otter? I've never even seen that card. Okay, fascinating. I didn't even know there was an otter card in here. All right, let's arrange these. You're like, this is a mess. You have a lot of signs coming up for you. So let's take a look at what some of the signs for this pile are and how to best get pile number 3 to pile number 3's destination and get over whatever hump and hurdle well, there you have going on right now. So let's get going. Number 1, Thunder. Number 2, Armadillo. You could be back from a different pile. Pile number 1. Number 3, Scratch and Sniff stickers. Number 4, Confetti Rainbow. Number 5, Rainforest. Number 6, and I will use these to interpret Canyon. Don't worry. Number 7, Clouds. So you have thunder and clouds. Clouds and then thunder. Otter. Arcades. Coral Reef. Active Online Green. That's another one I've never seen. Passing Notes. Sand. Another one I've never seen. Shadow. Flip phones. Sorry. Sunrise. Waves. Again, you could be back from pile 2. Decided to stay. Waterfall. Waves and waterfall. Cold brew. Peach. And corporate blue. Okay. I got a pretty firm corporate feeling. I don't know why this feels like you've been working at like a business. So talk to me, pile number 3. Re-energized. Okay. And renewed, looking at positive focus on life. Okay, so you're recently on you're upswinging again. You're actually different than the other piles. You're back up. Back outside, boys. That's what I'm hearing. On the strip, I'm ready to die. King of Swords, okay? Back in your intellectual building energy. Back with that cutthroat. Maybe you're writing. Maybe you're a writer. I love having Otter here because that's one of my most like intimate, like, birds of a feather, we can stick together and no type cards. But Scratch and Sniff stickers, passing notes here, Armadillo, Confetti Rainbow, Thunder. I feel like I'm feeling a cityscape, like a city, a big office. Whether you work for a building like BuzzFeed, it's giving like almost like you work for BuzzFeed. What are you doing? What is the goal? What is pile number 3's goal? What is pile number 3's goal? What are they doing? A difficult decision. They're missing relevant info. Facing difficult decision. What's the difficult decision? That's the next thing. Unhappy home and disharmony. Okay, what else? What else? So we're unhappy. We're unhappy where? Where are we unhappy? We're unhappy. Lazy, underachieving, procrastinating, lack of focus. We're unhappy with the disharmony. At peace. Trust the process. You have it all. Stepping into 9 of Cups. Empress reversed. Current issue. Oh, I'm hearing a boss. Issues at work. Issues at work. A boss in too much of her own power or in their own power. Could even be. It's either that or it's like your spouse. You're unhappy with how your spouse is handling certain things. but this is giving like you are set by yourself, but there's someone else in the vicinity who's causing an issue. Who's the person causing an issue? An Empress reverse can be a parent, mom, or a boss. Who's causing the issue? Who's causing the issue? A fuckboy. A fuckboy is causing the issue. What? Extremes. Upright and downright. Not a risk taker. Fears long-term commitment. A fuckboy. I have to stretch my legs, pardon me. So maybe the problem is, okay, so if this person is your spouse, there's a few options. So there's two options here. If this person is your spouse, maybe, or they were your spouse, or they're like, let's say, parent to your child, and they go in, go out, go in, go out, go in, go out, and you've been together for so long, and you've been like, you've known each other for such a long period of time that they feel they're family, but they get away with murder because they're family and because they're in your life. It's either that, or someone at work is causing issues with drama behind the scenes at work, and it's causing you to worry that your long-term stability is going to be messed with. What's happening here? What's happening? Continue to tell me the story. Tell me the story, Spirit. Tell me the story. Chaos. A chaos. Waiting. Celebration. So a lot to celebrate. Invitations and parties. Chaos. Maybe parties. Maybe there's like events going on at work that there's too much going on. It's causing issues. Wheel of Fortune. A negative things. You see everything ahead of you with conviction. Maybe travel. You are stable. The key here, though, is you are stable. You are stable. Negative things happen at parties, though. What's happening at parties? Talk to me. What's happening at parties? Tower reverse. Narrowly avoiding crises. Stealth victory. Narrowly avoiding crises because of stealth victories. So if you're at work, you are the one that's preventing things from blowing up because you are fixing things behind the scenes. If this is a partnership, maybe you guys are blowing up on each other in person, things are getting bad, and you feel like you got to one up though, because the point started on you're re-energized right now. A lazy trap you see no way out of because you are victimizing yourself. You are blindfolded. Personal goal, lack of direction, fear of the unknown, the inner alignment is unaligned. You have too many choices. So the aspect of choices here is also what's scaring you. Whether that's you're losing your partner and the idea of going back out there and dealing with the issues back out there again, or whether that's you being afraid to leave this job where you're being misused because you're afraid of the job market or things like being a problem for you back out there. So you stay where you are. That's the key. So you stay where you are. But you are building by yourself. No, they couldn't catch you slacking. Emperor upright. Yeah. Learned divine mask. They couldn't catch you slacking. But somebody else in your vicinity, girl. Maybe this is somebody that took your virginity. Maybe that's the key here, because I keep getting like an old feeling. Like you've known this person a long time, right? Vicinity. Someone in your vicinity is not pulling their weight. You have boss energy. You celebrate by yourself. You have the trust the process, and you're going through it. But there's issues here that you are like allowing to stay stagnant still. But you are finally re-energized enough that you can maybe tackle them. That's why we have thunder here and then clouds, because the thunder stops. The rain parts, but the clouds are left over. That's what it is. Waves to a waterfall. A big wave is made and then it goes down straight. I'm seeing the imagery Spirit is saying. Spirit is saying that there was a big kick up of the dust recently, and now it's evening out, and you don't want to lose that sense of peace again as well, especially while you confront the shadow. Especially because you feel like the sands of time has been against you in this case. But I have arcade here too, like you being by yourself. You have to beware though of aspects of being sexually tying yourself to people that you don't want to be involved with. Teamwork, collabs, projects. Clarify 3 of Pentacles. What's going to fix things? What's going to fix things in this situation? See, everything gets a little messed up before it corrects, before we know the truth. You have to recognize when something is a recent personal setback, instead of beating yourself up, I'm a failure kind of mentality. You have to figure out how to self-soothe and come back to a calm place of safety to be able to attack things on their own, because you have public recognition and victory and success. Spirit wants to give you more, but can't give you more until Spirit knows that you can handle what's coming in. Now, you have had some aspect of doing that and being at peace and trusting the process and finally giving it to God, but you still need to learn how to like rise to the occasion, self-soothe when new things come up. You know, we can't, like, I know things are going to be anxiety inducing if they're bad or if they're really good. Does that make sense? So for you to be ready for either situation, it needs to be that you need to make sure that everything around you doesn't cause any stress or issues either. You are at peace. There's no in and out. You have to be ready to cut things off to let the good come in for the new thing. Does that make sense? For example, like a partner that goes to and fro, to and fro, to and fro, and you're like, well, we've been together so long. Well, they're the parent to my child, and it's just so easy to, all those aspects are preventing you from moving to get your best case scenario, because you stay in stagnancy for fear of what the next thing is going to be. Literally, the tower reversed. You won't let the tower be upright, because if it did, it meant that you would have to shake things up and change things up the way you did things. But there's a kind of stagnancy and complacency here that you allow. Yeah, because you will have the ultimate success. You will. But so now, while you are entertaining the 10 of Cups reversed, you can never have the 10 of Pentacles upright. You can never have the one, you know, instead of your Empress reversed, your Emperor upright, or the boss that's messy versus at the new job, the boss that sees you for you and wants to let you get like more, do more, earn more, all of those things. The sun will rise. The sun will rise again after the dark night of the canyon, right? Lost in the weeds of the rainforest. I just think that there's aspects here, like I'm seeing like you go into a 9 to 5 and you not wanting to shake up the routine that you have going on, but you don't realize you want a negative downswing while you keep these things around. Clinging to the past, disconnected from the past, move forward. That's the key, move forward. So Spirit, give me some hints. What's the best, how should my pile number 3 best move forward? What is their best case to move forward? How should they best move forward? How should they best move forward? How should they best move forward? I have here Ace of Wands reversed and Justice. The best way to move forward is to acknowledge that you have simply been on a creative block, or that you have been unenthusiastic about your goals, which is part of the reason that they have not been happening. So you need to reframe on what you need to do to re-inspire yourself about them, whether that's make a Pinterest board about them and get you re-excited, or manifestational, because you have good karma and rewards and an apology from someone coming potentially. Libra. So you need to prep yourself for what could get bigger and better. And you don't want to be tied to these old excuses or these old ways of being, these other jobs, when things blow up for you. What is the best way they can move forward? What is the best way my pile number 3 can move forward? What is the best way my pile number 3 can move forward? So once they acknowledge the creative block, what's their next move? What's their next move once they acknowledge the creative block? Death. Release and rebirth. Release and rebirth. Letting go of the past. Truly letting things die. Accepting that the cycle is closed on some of the past so that a better cycle can join. I'm hearing the Isekai warrior. It reminded me of the death card in the anime deck, which is the Isekai, which is Turak-kun. And Turak-kun in the anime refers to when an Isekai warrior, when somebody dies in this world. Like, for example, when you're saving a little old woman crossing the street, or a little girl with a ball runs out in front of a car, you know, a little boy with a ball, and you dive and you save them and you inadvertently like die because of it. And you end up being reawoken in the next world by the gods, and you're given special fantasy magical powers, usually an ability and a one-up that nobody else in the land is allowed to have. But you can't do those things until you theoretically die. You can't have that one up and that power in the world of magic, in the world of spirits and you know, mecha or again, magic or elements. You can't have those avatar powers or those OP abilities, or be the princess of the, or the prince or the king or the reign, the regime, I don't know, communist leader of the next world until you die in this one. So that sacrifice has to be made in order to fulfill the contract to bring in the next thing. But be ready when those things waterfall. They come in waves, you know, and you will have that perfect match, that person that is bespoke to you, instead of that person that's just been clinging to you from a young age because of previous ties, or because you're afraid to let it go because you're not sure you'll ever get the next thing. Well, you certainly won't ever get the next thing like this. Whether that's applying for new jobs or putting yourself back out there, or pursuing again that creative calling and seeing what options are available to you. I was talking to Pile 1 about, maybe you do need to go back to Pile 1. I was talking to Pile 1 a bit about watching, like, it'll be in a place that spirit will make it so you can't avoid it anymore. Reels will be pushed to your Instagram, showing you how to do the exact thing that you want to do, whether it's like starting a business or an LLC or an Etsy, or you could learn how to do the stock market. You could learn pretty much anything that you're interested in is available to you on the internet. And the only thing holding you back is the fear of looking dumb, or the fear of being alone, which both of those things are remediable by having fun and making more friends, or diving into collabs and projects, because it really feels like that's going to be the win here. You're going to move to a calm place of safety where you will finally have the public recognition, victory, success, maybe even an award that you want, and it'll be following a big collaborative project at work, or a collaborative project with your friends. So whatever that sign is, if that's not coming up for you in work, that means you got to build it. There's your answer. There's your answer. Anything else? Any closing things to say? Yeah, and you will get the money that you want. Queen of Pentacles. You'll look good. You're money focused. You will earn and attract the wealth and the stability and the success to build that 10 of Pentacles that we discussed that you achieve. That's literally what 7 of Pentacles is. The future looks bright. Keep building. Keep working on it. You are doing great. Don't let me feel like I'm scolding you, because I'm not. You're doing great. You're doing everything that you need to be doing. You just have these last few strings to cut off so you can move on to be the next best self recreation giant shadow person that you are, the Isekai warrior. Any other final thoughts besides Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles? Anything about their boss? Do they find a new boss? About your boss. Your boss is jealous, envious, insecure, or a gossiper. That's the T here. Isn't that interesting? Queen of Wands reversed. And I said anything about the boss, and immediately popped jealousy, envy. So that's part of the reason this person is stirring issues to begin with. That's coming from a dark place. That's what the shadow is there too. So get yourself out of any environment, or deal with people like that, or just pay them no mind. RuPaul, I'm hearing RuPaul. Unless they pay in your bills, don't pay them no mind. And in this case, I guess your boss is theoretically paying your bills, but not really, because you could just get a new boss. Yeah. And vulnerability. Very interesting. Strength, vulnerability. What's vulnerable? Have you been in a vulnerable place? Or are they going to be vulnerable with you? Is your boss or this person going to be vulnerable with you? Oh, love. Love. A new love. A new spark. A new spark. You'd like to be hermit reversed. You will not be alone. You'd like to be alone, but it'll be bad for you. So maybe this is the key. If you are currently single also, you will absolutely find a love that sparks those new feelings, those connections, and soon too. It's giving that you'd like to be alone, but Spirit is actually like, nope. How do you like jumping into it? How do you like a new partnership immediately? You won't be alone. It'll feel good. It might feel a little bit like a wet sock at first. That's what Spirit's saying. It'll feel a little bit like a wet sock at first to readjust to being alone, but you'll get used to it. You'll get used to it in a good way. Like, you will re-enjoy it again. You will enjoy not having those attacks on your nervous system. You will enjoy not having to worry or be anxious about work or about a partner. You will enjoy the change. You will enjoy the change. That's the other thing Spirit's trying to say for you, pile number 3. You fear the change so bad, maybe you'll like it. What if, God forbid, you like the change? What if the change is something that makes everything different for you? I think you will find that all change Spirit has intended for you is actually for your betterment and not for your worse, as long as you, and especially if you continue to follow Spirit's guidance and teachings and don't let yourself fall into old patterns like Devil reverse. That was pile number 2, but you know, Yeah, a new beginning, a new fresh start. Yes, it's the truth. Especially if you've had heartbreak or you've been feeling guilty about toxic things or power dynamics, like a boss misusing your generosity or creating debts in a situation, you can go ahead and walk away from that and you will find the perfect match. It is just that simple. Look at that. Perfect. Thank you, pile number 3. That was a very interesting read. So if you needed a hint to move on, that you're going to find the next best thing, this is absolutely it. Like, don't let anyone ever stress you out or keep you up at night. It is just not worth it. You don't have to fear change. Sometimes change is for the better. Spirit will always catch you when you fall. You have certainly been re-energized in the past bit, like you felt your energy coming back to you. Keep going towards your goals. You're doing great. And look again for teamwork and collaborations, especially towards the actual goal that you really want, the dream that you want to manifest. Work towards that instead of going, I'm a failure, overcome and forgive. And you know what? Maybe even collaborating with other people would help keep you accountable to get closer towards your goal faster. All right. Thank you so much, pile number 3. I've been the Leo from Jersey. If you like, feel free to leave a like or a comment. Please tell me what this is about or subscribe. I will only ever push videos to you from Spirit will only ever push videos to you. It's not me. I don't control the For You page or the, the YouTube algorithm. When you are ready to see them or hear them, or when there's a message in there for you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again real soon. Bye!